Hey there, friendlies. Welcome to the 5th, I think, of January episode of the Beer Blades and Bushcraft livestream. I don't have a blade on me right now, but I do have beer, and we shall discuss bushcrafty things. So, we're keeping the motif alive here. I see we've already got Grace and Cliff hanging with us. How's it going, both of you? Nice to see you. Looks like Grace Martin was out camping. Hold on, where did she see? Boom. Returned home from my camping trip this afternoon, and my legs are sore. So that sounds to me like it was a large hiking trip. She said it's only about a half mile back out, but it's all hills and hollows, and I'll be the first to admit that my old body is not in the best of shape. I'm with you on that one, Grace. My poor corpse is not nearly as rugged as it once was. I am soft, and I am fat, and maybe I'll fix that this year. But it's nice that somebody actually got out camping. Was it cold, Grace? I keep forgetting what state you live in. Sorry, Grace. I know we keep having this conversation, and it's because you've moved around a bit. Was that due to the Navy? I don't quite remember, but I feel that we've had that discussion too. But I know that where you are is a lot warmer than where I am. Tenenbaum is here. Nice to see you. In fact, I think I saw you at Canoe Hound's live stream tonight, where he was interviewing the, in a Canadian sense, a seminal canoeist, Hap Wilson. I had that on in the background. I wasn't commenting or anything because I was, God, it's so confusing. That room, as I've been telling you guys, is going to change into an office. Well, I've been doing some drywall work in the ceiling because in this entire basement there are holes. I don't know if you're going to see it, but you see right there. My entire basement is like that because when we moved in here and had them redo the ground floor, they had to take a bunch of chunks out of the ceiling down here for wiring and pipes and stuff. So in there, I've been covering that. Funny thing, because I told you guys a long time ago, my first summer job was in carpentry and reno and stuff. And so embarrassingly, I'm putting these panels up. And tonight, Camille helped me. And the thickness is all wrong. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I realized, of course, because this whole ceiling is like drywall that thick. And of course, all the walls are drywall that thick. So I was using the drywall from the walls and the ceiling. And it's just, oh, God. But it's okay because this whole basement is going to be torn out at some point, hopefully fairly soon. So like the madame said that anything we're doing, it's just to make it presentable. It kind of doesn't matter. Oh, good old water. Nectar of the gods, bringer of life. So who else we got with us? K-Bones Drone Zone. Hey there. You've been with us before. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while, I don't think, though. But yes, Happy New Year to you as well. Grace says that the first night was 32 Fahrenheit. I believe that is 32 degrees freedom. Is that 0 degrees Canadian? So like freezing. Second night, just a little below. That looks like -1. Third night, just above. You see, that can be really... I wouldn't want to be out in that because if it's sort of hovering around freezing, you may end up with a bunch of slush one day and then it might freeze on you. So I would be really, really worried about that. Air Force. I knew it was something military. Russell's here. How's it going, mister? I'm only here because I'm bored out of my mind. It's funny because I'm only here because I'm bored out of my mind. Oh, we're both a couple of rude guys. But nice to see you around. I'm just taking a light. Mike's here. Mr. Morton is here. Mike said something interesting on my other channel, my whiskey channel, which will be interesting to see if we can make that work. He wanted to see, and I'm not going to talk too much about this because this is not my whiskey channel, but he suggested doing a live stream whiskey tasting. I think that would be amazing. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but I think that would be amazing. Hey, Martin's here. How's it going? Did I see you in the side chat over at excuse me, Dennis's interview with Hap Wilson tonight? I was saying before that I had it on in the background as I was doing drywall work in there tonight, which is why you may notice or you may not because the camera's crap, but I'm a little dusty right now. I'll be showering before crawling into my bed tonight. Just taking a look. Nothing on Tuesdays. Well, you're welcome to hang out here every Tuesday. In fact, if you want to get on screen at any point and talk about stuff and your signal is strong enough, you're welcome to that as well. In fact, you're going to watch it tomorrow. Interesting guy, that Hap. I don't own any of his books. Like, I've known who he is forever. And I've sort of been peripherally aware of him in many sort of contexts. But I realize I don't have any of his books. I do remember holding one in my hand at one point years and years ago. So I think I may have borrowed one. And I've been trying to remember what it was. And I cannot. I just remember seeing Hap Wilson and having it in my hand. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Dave's here. Nice to see you, mister. I think that I was about to say something to you, and it was about your live stream, and it's like I started the sentence and it just so I'll get back to you on that. But I enjoyed that live stream the other night, the one where I told you about, I love your LEDs in the back because I'm all design, right? I guess I'll show you guys the beer I got. Oh, Christ. Milil. It's an oatmeal stout, 471 milliliters, and it is 5.4%. So it's not a strong beer. It's not a weak beer. It's just a beer. American beer glass. It's funny. I was thinking recently about how long it's been since you guys have seen Camille on any of my videos. And that's the thing about being sort of trapped where we are, is that I don't know what to shoot. Like, how many backyard bushcraft videos would you guys even be interested in seeing? I could do like a bucksaw roundup, I guess. Bring some wood into my backyard and cut it all up. Because that's one that I've been sort of saving for when the world isn't ending. But tomorrow they're expected to lock us down hard in Quebec until February. Like, not only sort of everything that's not essential is going to be closed, but they're introducing curfews. So when I got that news, I was like, okay, all right, I'm in my backyard for the duration. I'm not going to get to the woods. What can I shift? What can I do so that I can still bring out content, but not just in the name of putting out content? What can I do to bring out content that you guys will find interesting? And I've been wanting to do a bucksaw roundup for a long time. I have 3 Canadian bucksaws. In fact, I spent the money on 3 Canadian bucksaws specifically to do that video. In more optimistic times. I am going to go out on a limb and say that Serge is watching stealthily because I just really blew the pour. But yeah, so I don't even know why I'm talking about this, because it's like, I'm so tired of hearing about the situation right now. I'm so tired of talking about the situation. But at the end of the day, I've got a channel to run. I got to get some stuff done. I got to get it out. Because it's good for continuity. It's good for growth. And it's also really good because I like doing it. So I'm just going to, I don't think I'll be hitting my regular Friday morning upload schedule soon, but I'm going to look real hard at what I can do to at least start getting some videos out again. Russell likes a good stout. I do too. to me, if you can see through the beer, then it's too light. I like them. The darker, the better. I like stout. I um, like bitters. Brown, nut brown, stuff like that. I'm good with red ale, whatever. Like a what's this called? Is that a brown? Yeah, kind of a red ale, like a Kilkenny or something. Like stuff like that. I hate IPA. Cannot stand IPA. I have liked one IPA, and I have tried to find an IPA to love. So, whatevs. But this isn't a beer show, and it's not a show about me whinging about my own situation when we all know people who are doing so much worse. So I'm just letting you know that the channel is not defunct. I just have to find a way to work within my confines. Mark, hello, Adam Romano. Hi, yeah, you don't like IPA either, Adam. Nice. See, it's because we're all classy guys here. We're all real classy. Cliff has a comment for Russell. Still waiting for your video on the overnighter at the Duck Island. Is that I think what we need here is a challenge accepted. Where are we? Oh, I'm lost. How can I already be lost? There's only like 10 people on. So, Cliff, here's your response to that. All right, let's give this thing a taste. Oh yeah, it's a stout, all right. Not as like caramelly coffee as I was expecting. There's almost a sour thing happening at the back. Oh, there's the coffee. The coffee arrives later. I'm not saying that there's coffee in this, but very often a stout or a porter will have like a burnt espresso thing at sort of the back. But yeah, hey, Mallory's here. Are you still on break, Mallory? Oh, crap, I hit the wrong. Sorry. Russell. Challenge accepted. I will spend a night watching the duck raft from inside the cabin. Simone's here. How's it going, mister? Are you like watching logs or something? Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna work with what I got, and I'm gonna start doing some stuff out in the back. I mean, at least there's snow on the ground, so at least it looks like I'm in the elements, because I will be in the elements. Whatevs. I'm optimistic. It's a strange new feeling for me, but it's a strange new year. So I love that how people are like, oh yeah, we made it to the end of 2020, man. 2021, bring it on. I'm like, what? Have they solved COVID already? Like the 1st of January and it's all done? Right? Is the circus ride going on in Washington suddenly over on the 1st of January? Is it like this arbitrary ticking over to a date at a part of the year that there's no point in having a new year? Like the year changed there anyway. It's like we've got this magical view of what happens on January the 1st. And I think it's because we spend December 31st 3 sheets to the wind. I don't know. It's whatever. I've said that before, and I've said, but at least, but I'll play along because it's a useful signpost. I've said all this before. But it's funny the weird power we give things like that, symbolic things, and because symbolic things can be very powerful if used as a tool, like the power of prayer or meditation, or if you're Wiccan, like spell casting and stuff. They all kind of work on the same thing, right? I'll take the Wiccan example because that way I'm not talking about anyone's religion or anything here, but you cast a spell, you take an item, you bury it, cast a spell on it, or you burn it, cast a spell on it, or there's a pageantry around putting your idea into the universe. And the power is it's very similar to the power of rites of passage as people go from children to adults, and how suddenly they are adults and they act as adults and they think as adults, and because they've gone through the pageantry of switching from childhood to adulthood. And these things like prayer and meditation and spellcasting work very similarly, in that the symbolism of casting a spell and burying the seed or burning the incense or doing the smudge or whatever solidifies in your mind just enough to start things in motion, right? So you think you're asking the universe for something, but deep down inside, you're giving yourself the kick in the arse you need to get stuff going. I do not have scientific proof for what I have just said. So if you do not believe me, then that's just going to be your own little problem, okay? But yeah, so that's the way I see that. And so I'm not completely... Look, I don't like New Year's. It's not a real holiday. It's not bona fide, but I'm not going to be all like humbug. Someone says Happy New Year. Shut up. No, I'll be like, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you as well. And you can use it as a signpost. It's like, okay, for the next 365 years, days, I'm going to work on this. You can start that year whenever you want, but because the Western world starts their year on January the 1st, it's a useful flag to plant. Puck, ensign in the ground. From today until hopefully today next year, this is what I'm going to do. And if I do it right, maybe it'll just become a habit that goes into the future. So yeah, it's actually it's as... Oh no, hold on. Where did it go? Where did it go? Boom. It's like Dave said, manifesting positive vibes will yield positive results. Exactly. Absolutely. Hold on a second here. So somebody asked about PAX, and Pine Martin has answered that. Oh, it's Grace. So what was the question? Grace. I should. Some people spend their entire careers building shelters and making, getting subs and stuff. Hey, you see? Oh crap! See those two boxes right there? Those are two new monitors, which I'm going to stick here. They're technically for work. Work allowed me to expense a little bit of them, but not with any expectation that they belong to work or anything. It's just I work for a company that's doing as much as it can to lessen the blow of the situation we're all in. So I'm hoping to at some point, well, once that room is painted and this desk goes in there and blah, 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 and I'm setting up, then those two guys are going to boom. Because at the end of the day, when you're video editing, it's really good to have two monitors. When you're live streaming, it doesn't matter, I don't think. But I'm excited to get this space set up. I've got my, I showed you guys last time, I have like a new mic stand and stuff. It's going to be my year, man. How was that? Was that convincing? It's going to be my year. How was that? Yeah, Hike with Mike says, I think we have many years like 2020 in our future. There's a couple of things I have to say about that. And I bend over backwards to not get political on this channel. But what I will say is that we're at a point in the way we have set up our society that my kids do not stand a chance in hell of enjoying the same standard of living that I have. And my standard of living is already lower than that of my parents, even though my wife and I both have empirically better jobs. So we've come down the other side. And it's just going to pick up as we go into the future. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But so yes, Hike with Mike, I believe that you are right in many, many contexts. I got dust from doing all the I got a bunch of I inhaled a bunch of dust even through my mask while doing the drywalling in there. So if I suddenly mute myself, it's because I'm going to cough. I like this New Year's resolution, Russell. I think it's a very realistic one. It's definitely been working out well for me. In fact, it kind of was at the end of 2020 there. I'm getting behind here. Tyler's here. Atlanta's here too. Nice. We got a good crew here. Well, we've always got a good crew, but did you guys see that, or was that off camera? Please tell me that was off camera. I cannot afford to destroy this keyboard. Apple doesn't make them like this anymore, and it's a fabulous keyboard. This keyboard has been doused with beer and whiskey and stuff like that so many times. How many of you guys know who Pokimane is? For those of you who don't, she's on Twitch. And she's on YouTube. And on YouTube, she has 2 channels. I don't know if she has 2 channels on Twitch. She has Pokimane. It's a gaming live stream channel. And she has one called Poki ASMR. Now, here's the thing. ASMR is something that I dip into when I really can't sleep. And she's got this channel, and it's quite good. But like on her gaming channel, like on her Twitch channel, sometimes she's just live streaming as she eats. And she's not like talking to people. I only know this because I came across a YouTube video where someone was really taking her down for having really crappy online practices or whatever. I was like, the magic of being like 23 and having that kind of audience that'll just follow you for nothing. Not for nothing, but for no reason is powerful, man. I got beer everywhere, guys. Shite. By which I meant, geez, I can't cover that up the way I can some of my other usual swears. You know what else I was wondering? I wonder if there's like a philosophy of the outdoors. You sort of get the hint of outdoor philosophy in, like, if you're reading Thoreau and stuff like that. But like, I have a friend who has a degree in philosophy from Guelph, and his whole focus was philosophy of science philosophy, and he parlayed that into a very tidy little job in a consultancy, like a political consulting firm. Like, I wonder if you could do a PhD on like outdoor philosophy or something like that, you know? Hold on a sec. I just realized I'm totally ignoring you guys in the side chat here. Like, for instance, I didn't even realize that Cool Quest was here. How's it going, Mr. and Mrs. Or I don't remember. I think you're Mr. Man, I'm forgetting everything these days, guys. So yes, happy New Year's to you as well. Actually, yeah. Yeah, hike with Mike. That's a good one. I like it. I'm just going back to make sure I haven't missed anyone. I don't want to ignore anyone. Adam, I like that comment. He says to Mike Morton, the only time I've had a good IPA is when your brother drove to an LCBO in the middle of a canoe trip to get us one. I love it. I love it. Mark says, new idea for me. Remodel the basement as a log cabin, record live stream. Do you want me to record getting divorced? Is that what you want, Mark? Man, if I didn't have two monitors, then I'd have either less or more. Perfect. But Russell, while you're chit chatting there, I would like to point out this question from Mallory. How's your internet doing? Oh, I did it again. What the hell? This is the universe telling me I should be drinking whiskey or water. I have a drinking problem. I can't get it into my mouth. Okay, success. Oh, that's too bad. It's funny because this is not related to what we're talking about, but we have no actual subject tonight. So a lot of people here are worried about what is going on now is doing to our kids' educations as well. I'm not even thinking about it. I think, why look for stuff to stress about right now? My kids will be fine. Adam is asking Martin if he saw him spending New Year's Eve with Nate in front of a campfire. Was there a video of this? Because I haven't even caught up with my viewing since. As I think I said this in my last live stream, or I said this to some of you guys in another context, but Christmas, Clemence's birthday, New Year's, back at work. Whoa. So I thought I was going to get so much done over the holidays, and I'm just trying to catch up with anything at this point. Yeah, this keyboard is definitely well seasoned. Hike with Mike. Hey Dauber. Oh yeah, Simone added a monitor. Yeah, because Simone uses a laptop, and but yeah, you need a monitor. It makes such a difference. I'm so far behind. Which Apple keyboard am I using? Simo asks. It's the one that used to come with the iMacs in like 2013, 2014. Oh, come on. This guy here. It's my favorite Apple keyboard of all. The keys, they don't feel like this anymore. They've got new technology on their keys because for some reason you have to change the tech on keyboards. Ridiculous. I don't care about scissor switches and all that crap. And the computer that this keyboard goes with is right there in that. No, hold on. Let me hide you. Right there in that box, because I'm going to take it back to be recycled. That's an old 27-inch iMac from a long time ago, and maybe it's not as long ago as I thought. But I mean, the drive is dead in it, and I was starting to have some issues with other aspects, and I'm not going to spend the money to get it back into working order, because Apple will not touch it because it's what they call a relic or a historical machine or something. Boring. Moving right along. But I do love this keyboard. Am I into Frison? I don't know if that's like a channel or an ASMR person who works in French, but um, I know that one of the things that ASMR does or is like you get these tingles. And my first memory of an ASMR moment. And by the way, ASMR is not a term that was coined by a scientist. Okay, but the first moment I remember of having that phenomenon, because some people don't get it. It was Christmas and I was a kid and I had just gotten a Millennium Falcon, like the big one from like 1981 or whatever, where the back came off and you could play around and the cockpit opened on the side, and oh, I miss that thing. They don't make them like that anymore. But so one of my uncles was looking at it and just sort of obviously didn't know Star Wars from a hole in the ground, and was for some reason like scratching it agreeably. And it was just like a really quiet moment, and all I could hear was a little tack, 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 tack. And that was my first ASMR moment. I'm not going to sell ASMR to you guys, by the way. It's not something I watch very often. I just have to be really desperate for sleep, and it just boom, I'm out. Martin was in fact spending New Year's Eve with. That must have been a great time, man. I would have liked to have been there. Evidently, Adam agrees with me. Hey, Jay Garcia is with us. Jay Garcia in the house. Yes. Hi, Alain. I totally, man, your brother should have been here. I blew the pour completely. Completely. And then I spilled beer all over my desk twice. So it's not my night. Turned into a Twitch stream last night, and there were 1,000 people watching, 100 people watching. They were all fake. I never know if you're serious or not, Russell. That's the thing. Like, I'm looking for some punchline somewhere in what you're saying. Do you mean they were all bots, or I don't know? Thanks for pointing that out, Tyler. 20 people watching and 11 thumbs. What the hell? Hold on. I'm just seeing. I'm just trying to catch up. Colleen and John, yeah. So there are two of you. Yes, I knew that was either you or someone else who was two people. Jay says ASMR makes my hair stand straight up on my neck. Yes, and it does that for me as well. Certain aspects more than others. Like tapping really does it for me. But some people hate that. They just hate that feeling, and some people don't get it at all. Like there's no effect. So they're like, "What is this?" So it's interesting. Jess, yes, you could do a doctorate in the philosophy of leisure, focusing on outdoor recreation. Okay, yeah. So there is a way to do it. It's just something I was looking at my bookshelf and looking at the outdoor books and everything, and some of them are how to build shelters, and then some of them are Thoreau and guys like that writing about being in the outdoors, or even like Nesmuk, guys like that. And how there's either overt or under the surface there's a string of philosophy happening there. But I've never heard of anyone call themselves an outdoors philosopher. Not a lot of. I'm trying to formulate what I'm trying to say here. A lot of the guys who I know who spend a lot of time in the outdoors, more in terms of like hunting than anything else, would not consider that an evening spent discussing philosophy would be an ideal use of their time. And then there's a couple of people who I know, at least one of which are in this this the side chat here who would probably feel that an evening spent around a campfire talking about ideas and philosophies is a good way to spend some time. And I spend a lot of time wondering about stuff like this, like what makes these two fundamentally different sort of people enjoy the outdoors equally, and blah blah. It's all, I'm making it sound more categorical than it is. But I spend vast amounts of time just musing on stuff. Sometimes it's the stuff I'm interested in, and random stuff, which is why I'm suddenly wondering about, outdoors and philosophy. How well do they go together, or whatever? And sometimes it's just like, wow, man, Jupiter's really big. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like a random thought will go, and then I'm off to the races, and I've lost like a half hour pondering this thing. I want to try to catch up here. My son watches this YouTube channel where the guy plays Minecraft and does pranks. He has 15.6 million subscribers. Yeah, I really hate pranks channels, guys. I really, really do. Yeah, what Tenenbaum says, whether anyone will fund that research other than yourself is another matter. Yeah, that's true. I keep thinking about going back to school, getting a master's. In because my bachelor's was in communications, and I keep thinking about maybe I could go back to school and do a paper or whatever it's called in a master's. I'm not remembering anything tonight. About like YouTube as TV 2.0 kind of thing. Or I talk a lot about YouTube as TV 2.0 as something that I really don't like about where YouTube is going. So when I say TV 2.0, I don't say that in a positive sense. I'm going to Sorry, I had to mute myself there, guys. Where was I? Oh yeah, or like we're talking about something about the juxtaposition of old school skills and new school skills in bushcraft YouTubers, or in YouTube bushcrafters, and stuff like that. It's just stuff I muse about when I've think about what it would be like to have some time or some youth left. Mallory says she'll decorate her house as a wood cabin for live streams. Now, how does my green screen work? I actually know all about green screens. If you want, I don't think you've really got. Do you really have a green screen, Mel? How did I miss that? I like what Russell says. IPA is for people who like the idea of drinking craft beer but don't know what beer should taste like. Oh, it was on Nate's Instagram story. Okay. At the rate of getting political, I will definitely take that vaccine. Absolutely. I don't want to get too far into it. Yeah, I think they do, outdoor. Melly's going to get a beer. I'm so far behind. She's probably back with her second beer by this point. Russell just got an iPad mini. He's looking for a wireless keyboard for it. I've seen keyboards for that. I don't know. Don't know anything about them because I would like an iPad, but there's no budget for one, so I've been avoiding looking at all this stuff. But if you want, Russell, I can look it up for you. Okay. Now this is just unkind. Outdoor. I bet Quebec Homestead doesn't ruin the pour and dump half her drink on the computer. Yeah, that's because she's going to drink straight from the bottle. Whereas I'm trying to be a little classy here. Sorry, what I meant to say was, here's Mike stepping up to defend the IPA, and the reason why I have a hate on for IPAs rather than just it's not something I drink and leaving it at that is I don't like how all the craft beer makers hang their reputation on their IPA. There's no reason for it. There's no reason. The entire reason IPA existed was because they had to hop up an ale so that it would make it all the way to India. There's no magic to IPA. Some people love it. I'm not one of them. I like citrus, but I don't like hop, right? I like ale rather than like a hoppy beer because I prefer malt to hops. And it used to be that before IPA became the big thing, like micros had all kinds of like identity beer. And it's like everyone's gone the IPA route. And I feel that every time like the entire independent something goes in the same direction, it reduces the magic of having independence around. The magic of the variety, because inevitably, if everyone goes boom, it starts to homogenize the market a little bit. And we're already at peak a craft brew. So anyways, whatever. So this isn't a beer channel, but yeah. I don't even know what he's unless he's talking about the frisson. Adam Romano comes back with a little, bringing the truth. I have terrible taste in beer. I'm not hating, just not my thing. I like darker beer. I said 10 seconds after saying that this wasn't a beer channel. Yeah. I should film myself doing the dishes every night and set that up as an ASMR channel. Clink. Now I'm gonna wash the dish. Shh, shh, shh. And now I'm gonna put it in the drying rack. Clink. You're doing really great. That would be amazing. That would be like the only channel that actually makes me money too, right? Because ASMR gets really weird really fast and people don't care. They just love it. Okay, so they were all bots. Interesting. That's interesting. That's weird. When the watchers are all bots. I wonder who would set that up. Cliff doesn't like ASMR. As I said, it's something that gets me through when I really can't sleep, but I'm not big into it. The philosophy of leisure sounds like a good time, Adam says. Yep. The doctorate in chilling. This is getting amazing. Hike with Mike loves it. There's philosophy. Mark, philosophy, recreation, or experimental education. In Quebec has finally gotten one of those outdoors elementary schools, which I will not be putting my kid in because it's like way up in the Saguenay or something. But I just love the idea. I'm just getting prepared for the next step of tonight's live stream extravaganza. Hold on a second. Hey, Hawaii Volcano Squad's here. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know what that was. What all the banging? I have no idea what that was. You're going old school there, Russell. I don't know if half these people are old enough to know what you're talking about. Okay, here's an interesting thing that Tenenbaum was bringing up. Edward Abbey, Sturgid Olson, H.D. Thoreau, John Muir. I'd argue they were all outdoor philosophers to some degree. Martin, what's your thought on that? Yeah, I think I would have enjoyed that. Yeah. Russell, man. It's funny because I came across a bunch of my old papers while cleaning out. Oh, dude, I have thrown out so much stuff over the past month and a half. Like, I threw out some. I didn't throw it, but I got rid of many books. I am someone who used to have many hundreds of books. And in my previous apartments, I always had like the wall of books. I find it comforting to just walk into a room where there's a wall of books and pick something off the shelf, like an old favorite. Um, I still have certain books here that every time life becomes too much, I read. Like they're usually sort of like a hard science kind of science fiction. I've got a couple of fantasy, but I'm not really into it as much as like science fiction. That, as I said, it's more like hard science, like Greg Bear, guys like that. So that's the stuff that I read when I really need to escape. I've kept all my. I have a lot of books on like the history of English, where how words were developed, etymology, stuff like that. There, that's my languages shelf. Um, so there, I've got books and dictionaries and like some languages. But like I got rid of all the books that I had when I was learning certain languages, like German. I'm never going to use these school books again. Arabic, never going to touch it again. Um, I got rid of those. I got rid of a lot of like literature, which really hurt because I would rather my daughters see the literature than my science fiction books, to be honest with you. But what else? But just clearing out because I'm collection averse because partly because I find collecting like having 400 knives or 400 axes or 400 scotches, beautiful bottles, or collecting I feel is somewhat gauche, like it's a little bourgeois, I guess. But I also have a real collector in me. Like I have a foreign money collection that is I've kept small. I haven't touched it in a long time because at one point why am I collecting stuff? And that's around the same time I went from having at like 6 or 7 bases down to having these two. Something doesn't come out to the pub, I move it to someone who will use it and enjoy it on stage rather than it staying in my corner. I had a bunch of outdoorsy knives. I've got some. And I try very hard to cycle. If I ever end up with too many that I can't cycle them all into action over the course of say 4 to 6 months, I'll get rid of something. Axes. I have some axes that I've that I've restored or whatever, but I'm at the number of axes where if I want to bring in an axe, there are like 3 or 4 contexts where I want a new axe. But I don't just want a new axe to add to the collection because I don't want a collection. I don't want to ever say, my wife says I have a problem kind of thing. Like on the Axe Junkies website or there's a bunch, not website, but Facebook page, or I'm also a member of the Canadian Wet Shavers because I use a straight shaver. And, every now and again, someone or the Sadowski players, every now and again, someone snaps a shot of like 12 bases or 30 straight razors or, a room full of axes and says, I think I have a problem. And I'm like, yeah, you kind of do. You kind of do. And I don't want to hate on anyone, so I'm not going to make a comment. But I find it kind of tasteless. And I think it might be because I grew up shift eating poor. And so the people who had the money to buy that many of something were the people who were not allowed to play on my side of the tracks. And I think it's partly due to the fact that as I get older, I have become so sickened by when you quand tu arrêtes pas de acheter des affaires, Simon, là, consumption. As time goes on, I become more and more averse to the consumption patterns of us, sitting here in North America. And anyway, this is me getting all really high horsey on you guys, and I'm sorry because whatever. How did I end up on this stupid subject? I don't remember. How did I end up on this stupid subject? What happened here? Does Mallow have like a box of our finest wine? A little Cuvée du Débonnaire? Hey, Steve. How's it going? Steve, I really do hope that the border is open in time for that trip. That trip, by the way, sounds amazing. I'm going to want the most extensive trip report when you get back. Yeah, the thing about IPAs is big hop and big citrus. I'm okay with big citrus, especially grapefruity citrus, but shots. It's funny that you said shots right after Steve said, I'm optimistic by summer I will be vaccinated. I don't see sound. Yeah, I don't know why you said that because I don't remember what I was talking about, but I listen to that podcast religiously. History of English, yeah, man. I find that when he reads like Old English or Middle English, I think he's trying too much for theatrics. But aside from like his knowledge, what the hell's his name, Steve? How come I'm totally blanking on his name? By the way, Brendan is asking you if you've decided on a route yet. I remember you talking a little bit about where you're thinking of going, but I don't remember what. Russell says, "I love collecting stuff, but don't you dare call it hoarding." Yeah, there's a difference. There is a difference between collecting and hoarding. That's for sure. There's Dauber's leaving. All right, see you later. There's a coffee shop in Hollywood called the Bourgeois Pig. Hilarious. Yes, Mark, that's exactly what I was looking for. Overconsumption. You know. Well, that's the thing, Mark. I'm sort of at the point where I still want to get more axe heads to work on, but I don't want to have like a wall of axes. No, I don't want that. I would like to have a few axes up and stuff, but I don't want to have like a room where every inch has an axe hanging on it. It's not. It just leaves me cold, Like, wow, that's cool. Ish. Mallow, I collect unused footage. I'm the worst. I have a lot of unused footage right now, mostly for my second channel, my whiskey channel, because I'm trying to sort of space that out. Because I also don't want to switch my focus over there too much. That's supposed to be a second channel, easy little videos to put up and get out. But like the one that went live. Start again. The one that went live this morning. There's all kinds of editing on that. And it's exactly what I wasn't going to do with that channel. I was planning to just set the camera, stand there, sniff a little scotch, drink a little scotch, talk about scotch. But instead, of course, I'm editing the crap out of them like I do for this channel. I love when raindancebushcraft talks to me like I'm sitting right by him. I don't remember what. I was talking about the books and it all got out of hand. Yes, sorry. So yeah, I kept the books that I know I'm going to go back to, and I got rid of the ones that are like the read and drop. Read it once, don't need to go back to it. So that's what I did. Oh, and I got rid of the vast majority of the books that I made, like as an editor or whatever, because I'm not, there were so many books that I just kept because they were portfolio pieces, but they weren't about stuff I'm interested in. And I'm not going back to publishing. It would be a stupid move because publishing is not going to stop tail spinning within the time of my life that I am still of working age. So why am I keeping them? Now there are all these boxes around town where you can drop books. They're like little free library kind of things. Leave a book if you got an extra book. Take a book if you own a book. So I've dropped a bunch of them in these little, because I'm not going to throw books in the garbage. I'm not going to recycle books, because at the end of the day, a book is knowledge, whether it's legit knowledge, questionable knowledge, academic knowledge, or pure ass fake crap. A book is knowledge of some sort. It's the distillation of somebody's knowledge and, to a certain extent, philosophy. I'm not throwing it in the garbage. And I'm not the type of guy who had books that I would not want out there in the world. So, yeah. Oh, Dave's gone or leaving. Have a good night. Russell says, I'd like a wall of axes. Of course you would, because I've just been talking about not liking that stuff. Damn you, Russell. Damn you. I'm just trying to catch up. And another wall of katanas. I have one katana, and I'm looking for a new home for it. The sheath on it's kind of breaking, and I bought it for, I was going to do, I think it's called Yaido, and I just never did, and I'm not going to, so I see no reason to have the damn thing. Yes, Mel, I would absolutely love for you to be. I will work that out. Crumbs, I'm not using, hold on. Mallow. I will send you a piss. Nothing ever works. Nothing ever works in Windows, guys. It's not political for me to say, you know, I mean, it's a fine operating system, but Mal, I don't know you on Facebook, do I? Oh, well. All right. You know what? I'm just going to put the, man, Russell's really thought about this. A bookshelf of knives I can let pass, Helen, especially because I need to borrow 2 of them for a video, remember? Okay, Mallory, I'm putting the invite right down here. I don't even know what time it is. 21:58. See, here's the thing. I need to replace the CMOS battery on this computer. So right now it thinks that it's 9:00 p.m. yesterday. Fortunately, the computer is open right next to me because I've been messing around with drives to try and get the Mac partition working again. Yeah, I dropped the invite down there for Mal, or if anyone wants to come on and talk about philosophy of the outdoors. I'm moving to my philosophical drink. Good old whiskey. I can make this little 1.5 ounce whiskey dram last like an hour, because half the enjoyment is in nosing it. Whiskey is a much more active drink than like beer or I was gonna say or wine, but that's a staying in lie. Like there are people who drink wine the way I drink whiskey. Russell, you need another wall with just the skulls of your enemies that you've cut into drinking vessels. You know, I think you need that too. You know,
Hey, what's up?
I'm just doing a little live stream here.
Yeah.
How was your break? Your break from the YouTubes?
Man, it wasn't really a break, man. My
I saw your name everywhere during your break. I was like, "What's going on, Mallory?
I
What's
was
going on?"
doing a live stream break, right? So I can get
Yeah,
more content edited and stuff. So I've been
yeah,
editing a lot and I've been getting a lot of content out there and it paid off because man,
yep. It sure has. I
it's
saw your
doing
numbers.
good. Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you hit 3,000 today?
Yeah, I got
I
like
knew it. I freaking
seven
knew it.
750 subscribers in 48 hours.
Now, is the TikTok helping with that, or is that like just based on what you're putting out?
I have no idea. This video that got pushed out was one that I posted in July. So
Wow.
like it just decided to like bleep up like that and it's like at over 30,000 views and it's just not going down. It's just going up and up and up.
Which video is it?
It's my I built a trellis for my tomatoes and I had a
Yes.
slow motion Baywatch moment right in the beginning.
That'll do it.
Hey Russell.
Hey, Russell. Let's hope
Yeah.
Russell's signal is. Yep, we can hear you.
This
Just
is
give me a
likely
bit.
not going to work for very long, so
Yeah.
I got to
So
say
say-
all the important stuff right now.
Very, very fast. Well,
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're such a brat. You're such a brat.
Oh, it's
Good
all
to
right,
see you
George.
guys.
Sorry, are we allowed to say shit and stuff on your streams? Is that okay?
Well, I generally know, but I said it tonight, so I'll just let it go. Just don't f-bomb, and I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's not monetized. It's just I try to. Here's the thing, Russell. In my private life, I am such a potty mouth, and like, I was about to say her name. The Madame said to me tonight, the first kid one of our kids says, "Funk," shall we say? I'm gonna kick your ass all the way around the block, eh? Because I drop it all the time, and if like no matter what I deal with everything with what the funk, everything as loud as it needs to be to feel that the catharsis that you get from a certain word that doesn't really come with anything else, any other word.
I say
know what I'm saying?
fudge.
Fudge, yeah,
Yep.
that's a grown-up word there, Mel.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Although I will say, shut the trunk door is pretty good. It feels pretty good. Or truck door or front door.
Shut the
My
front
kids
door.
say all the French swear words way more than I do.
Do you?
They hear it from Ben more than they hear it from me. So they're just like, tabarnak.
Well, they hear it in the playgrounds too, right? Well,
Yep. Wait, who the hell's in playgrounds these days?
Oh, true. Ben says, Jude, my youngest, says, what the fudge?
With the fudge?
Well, she says the real word.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
because she
Jude.
she thinks that like the song "What Does the Fox Say?"
Yeah.
She thinks she's saying fox. She says, "What the fudge?"
You know what? It's funny that you say that because Camille went to an English language daycare. Now I speak to her in English. Her mama speaks to her in French. And so and now Clémence is going to the same daycare. But because it was an English language daycare in our house, the French word for a seal was seal. We didn't use the real French word for seal.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
It was like, hey, check the seal over there. The seal là-bas, because it's just, we know that this will turn into a disaster at some point.
Man, my kids are so not censored. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We don't censor our kids very much for language and stuff. Maybe it's a millennial thing. I don't know.
I think technically my wife is millennial, because millennials are all, well, there are two phases of millennials, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of them are sort of homing in on late 30s, early 40s now. Oh, I just want to say hello to Bushcraft Rebel Knives.
Hey.
How's it going? I don't think I've seen you on the live stream before, but welcome. Alain, by the way, Russell says to stay classy.
That's my middle name.
Yeah.
Russell, stay classy.
Are you at 40,000 subscribers yet, Russell? Or
I don't know. I don't keep track. You really want to know? No,
Russell, you're killing me. I'm so happy that I finally reached 2,500. And like, you're like, whatever. I'm maybe 40, maybe 60. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is, I put out a video about Sean James, and I was at 28,000 subscribers at the time, and I've jumped up like 10,000 in the last month.
Wow.
crazy.
Because of that video?
Yeah. Well, not solely because of that video, but a lot of it was. I did not anticipate how many people would be so happy that I did that video, or say, I'm subscribing to you now because I like Sean James as well.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
okay.
You're like, I'm honored.
That's the entire reason I subscribed to you, Russell. It's like, yeah, okay, if he's into Sean James and I'm into Sean James, I got to watch his stuff and we got to be friends.
It's kind of a big deal. Like if you had, like, if say, show something out there like PewDiePie. If PewDiePie came out and said, hey, watch Mallory's channel or Russell's or Jess's channel, that would be awful, because you get a lot of subscribers who, a bunch of kids who wouldn't actually watch your videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, that's what happened to me. I went from 500 subs to 1,200 subs in one day because of Wrangler Star. Because I did a video for him. Well, not for him, but I did a video where I was sort of talking to him, because he talks a lot about sort of what you would call manly skills, and I did a video on how I didn't grow up with any of these skills because my dad's been gone for the vast majority of my life. I think I was 8 when my parents split, and he stayed in Winnipeg and we came to Quebec, and then he moved to British Columbia. So I never learned how to change the brakes on my car until 4 years ago. I never learned how to do many things. I keep saying how my first summer jobs were in carpentry. That's because I used to spend half the year I used to spend the school part of the year in Montreal, and then I would spend the summer in Vancouver. And he would get me jobs on the work sites. But that's the only reason why I know any of what Wrangler Star would call the men's skills, the manly skills. I mean, Mallory knows these skills because she's a homesteader, right? But I grew up single mom, cleaning toilets to make sure I could eat, kind of thing. And artsy, of course. Art school my whole bloody life. Yeah. Straight up to university. And so I have had to take charge of teaching myself or learning these skills now, because now I have a house and I had a car, which it's just too expensive to have your brakes done for you. So I bought brakes, and I have a friend who works on his cars, and I said, I need tools. And he came over and he changed 2 brakes and I changed the other 2. And then I almost put the car right through my backyard, because, when you first start to move after you've changed the brakes, you got to kind of go a little slow and pump the brakes a bit. I didn't freaking know that. So I backed all the way, I went halfway through my fence.
What?
But, I did a video on how I'm learning these skills now, and my daughter is going to have these skills. And she was helping me do the drywall in that room tonight,
Mm-hmm.
Because this will most likely be political to many people, but my daughter likes Star Wars, and I have told her that there's no boys' color, there's no girls' color. If her favorite color is blue and a boy tells her that's not true, she can mawashi him. And I will sit in the principal's office and defend her, because there is no gendered crap in my house.
Yeah.
Right. And that was part of that's part of my philosophy, and that's what I bring. So I did this video, not thinking that he would ever
Can we cut to the part where you say you jumped on something trending and your video did really well?
But so I said all this in this video, and I was
Not to
showing
cut your
all
life
these-
story short there in any way, but I mean,
and I was showing all these things and everything, and I didn't think he was ever going to see it. So then he did a video where he did like a video response to me, because the tragedy of divorce and blah blah, and how it's good that I'm teaching myself these things, and that no, I'm not really starting from the back. And suddenly I went from 500 subs, no, 480 to I think 1120, just boom. But not everyone who's subbed to me ever watches my stuff.
Yeah.
And like you guys probably have the same deal where I look at my stats and I'm at like 49% of the people watching are subscribers and 51% are not, which by the way is really good. Like I know people who the vast majority of people watching this stuff are not subscribers. And so your sub number is a great metric, but it doesn't mean that those people are watching all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's why every now and again YouTube comes through and just cleans out, vast numbers of people's subs. Oh, hey, there's somebody.
No, you're wrong. They clean out fake subs, but they're not going to clean out subs that just aren't watching anymore.
Well, the YouTube purge, didn't they release that last year that it was happening?
They're purging fake subs. They're not purging people who just aren't watching your channel anymore.
Bots?
But I only get 40% of subscribers watching my videos, and that's pretty common, and that's kind of what you want. Your subscribers are there generally to give your video that initial push, and it tells the YouTube algorithms, hey, this video is really popular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts pushing it out to non-subscribers, and that's kind of where your fantastic thumbnail comes into play. That's all you can count on your subscribers for. That initial jump start.
It gives you that initial retention and that interest and the statistics for it to say I'm pushing you out or not.
If you only had 100% of your subscribers watching your videos, then
there's no growth. There's no growth. Yeah. I agonize over my thumbnails, but I'm not doing them right. I don't think I'm doing them right. I've got along.
Let's do a critique here. I'll take a look.
Yeah, that's what I was doing right now. I was like, I'm gonna go check.
I've recently started putting my face on because I read that people love to see a face there, but I don't love that.
It's more engaging.
Yeah, that's what I hear, but I find it hard to do.
Depends on your face.
Well, that's the problem. I'm trying not to talk about. Russell, thank you very much.
But it also depends on what your video is about. Like if your video is about like I'm going to cook garlic butter, then you want to have that finished result or that really nice staged picture too, So it depends on what you're doing your video about.
Yeah. Did Russell freeze on us? Come on, Russ, you can do it. You can do it, Russell.
Like
you can fight through it.
Really funny.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yes. Yeah. Nope.
Okay. What a pain in the ash.
Oh man, cold.
Yeah, me too.
I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and I probably am supposed to go heat up the wood stove just about now. So
I love a good wood stove. Not allowed to have one, but I love them.
It's very dry in the house, though.
Yeah.
Winters here are so dry. Even if it's electric, it's like if you're heating all these months in the house, it's going to be dry in your house.
Yeah. Truth. I think Russell really froze on us.
Oh, he's back.
I'm looking at your thumbnails.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like totally frozen. I'm like, come on. We need Russell's words of wisdom here.
In all your newer videos, the one that I'm in, it has the most views.
I wonder why. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't look, I'm not chasing the viral video, right? I'm not trying to this one's gonna go viral. I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Because I like just doing videos that interest me. I like just doing videos on stuff that I find kind of cool or want to talk about. And I don't feel that if I'm trying to put out a viral video that I'm necessarily doing that.
There are a million channels on YouTube where every single creator of those channels are saying, "Oh, I don't care if my channel does really well. I'm just doing videos for fun. I'm just going to do what I want to do." Is that what you are? Or do you want to grow? Do you want to grow your channel? Do you want it to be a part-time job? Do you want to have a second
I want to
income?
grow, but I don't feel that putting my energy into trying to figure out how to put out a viral video is any better of a use than just putting out videos and hoping that, like, look, if one of them bounces, I'm grateful and I'm for it. I just realized that Hawaii Volcano Squad is in the green room. I'm gonna bring them on.
See, I just have something to add on to that, Jesse. Like, that video that just hit the algorithm today, right?
Yeah.
I put everything in place so that video
trial
did
version.
good. What is that?
Who's getting trial version?
But I
Trial
put all my
version.
tags in there. I put everything in my search. I tried to make everything like
Trial version.
What is that?
I don't know. Hawaii, are you running the trial
Trial
version or
version.
something?
I think you got a virus.
Trial version.
Mute him until he fixes it.
How do you mute someone?
But
Trial
anyways, just
version.
to finish what I was gonna say,
There you go.
I put everything in, from the tags to the thumbnail to my intro to my outro on that video, and it really, really paid off. Like,
Well, I think my tagging is also terrible. Like I've sort of tried many different.
Tags don't matter.
You think they don't matter either, right? There's
know
all
they
kinds
don't
of
matter.
philosophies on that.
No, I think you say you don't want to spend a lot of time, figuring out what's trending or figuring out what's, how to make a viral video. I think it's actually really easy. You pick a guy like Joe Rogan out. He does a video like this. Okay, do a video like that. Use the same title. There you go. Boom. And I wouldn't worry at all. Like, I wouldn't worry, like, even a tiny little bit that you're kind of copying somebody. Like, people do it all the time. Who
it's
cares?
good competition. Like, that's what I did with my cattle panel thingy, with a little twist.
Sure. This is it. Like, people do the same subject matter all the time. So what does it matter if you're just doing it right after that guy?
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah. The thing is, I've done a lot of videos where I hit the woods and I cook bacon. I didn't have the dog though, but they don't seem to like. Those are the videos that I have the most fun doing because I love doing that stuff. Right.
Yeah.
I like being out there, but they don't bounce for me. Let's see if Hawaii.
See, I did a winter
Trial version.
camping. Oh,
He's got the trial version of something running.
He's got the trial version of his computer.
oh, I can't even think anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to come off like saying I'm too good.
Trial version.
I thought I muted that. There we go. I don't want to say like
yes, I'm tired.
I'm too good for a viral video. I'm just saying that it's trying to figure out the winning lottery numbers, right?
No, it isn't. What are you talking about? The winning lottery.
Down. I mean, poor Hawaii is trying to get on and talk, and his computer is not behaving.
It's nothing about winning the lottery. You're just hitting the trending topics. That's all.
I can't stop laughing.
Mallory's been drinking.
Mallory, did you get into that closet wine again?
She brought out the box.
I swear I'm not drunk. I'm just really tired.
Oh man, I tell you something, man. I at lunchtime today, I took a late lunch and decided I'd take a half-hour nap, and just boom, I was out for an hour and a half, which is great when you're supposed to be at your desk. But because last night, man, everything in the world happened at the same time. Like, I had karate, I had a meeting at school, and then I promised my girl we would watch an episode of The Mandalorian. It was getting late, but we did. And then I was doing like drywall work, and then it was 3 a.m. and I'm not 21 anymore, so that really just boom. Hey Jess, yeah, it's 3 a.m. Boom. So I sort of stumbled upstairs, went to bed, and I just felt freaking nauseous this morning, man. And I used to be with the kind of guy who would go out or play video games or whatever until 4, fall to sleep, get up in time for an 8 o'clock class, and be like, "Let's go." And that sure as hell ain't me anymore, man.
I would drink up all night and miss all those classes the next day.
Well, I was paying my own way through school, so I wasn't missing a damn thing. If like for me, it was like
way
this.
too. I
Me
drank.
too.
really?
I
Yeah, I just
bartended my way all the way through school.
Oh yeah, so for you, you were up late all the time.
Yeah.
And even when I started playing games, gigs, what? Even when I started playing gigs, that was like almost 20 years ago now, right? Yeah, almost 20 years ago. So I was a much younger guy. So I'd go out, play until 3, get home at 4, fall to sleep.
Trial version.
Are you kidding me?
Hawaii, this has got to be you.
Trial
What
version.
are you running?
You don't need any weird software to run this.
Trial version.
Hawaii guy. Just a web browser.
Trial version.
Oh man, I needed a good laugh. That was fun.
I think
I don't.
Trial
what's
version.
happening to him.
figure it out. Try again next week. Do you know who this guy is? Yes?
Yeah.
IV
Yeah.
cam. He's trying IV cam.
Have you?
Oh, it's because he's trying to use a camera.
Has he joined a stream before?
Yeah,
IV
but we've
cam
never
sounds
had the.
Sounds like some sort of thing that you have to download to get your camera, like your phone, to act as a webcam sort of thing. But I don't know. It's weird. You don't need that for StreamYard.
Oh, by the way, I came across something that may free me from StreamYard. I need to set up and do a trial version. I had to say because I knew you were gonna Mal, and do like a test stream, a private test stream. Because if I can be freed from StreamYard, then that means I'm freed from 720p, and that makes me excited.
Well, let me know.
Yeah.
I have a crap webcam anyway, so it's like it's not going to change anything.
I probably will because it'll probably let you have at least 1080p. That camera is probably a 1080p camera.
I look so green.
Yeah, you look so green.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Man, I felt like I looked green this morning, man, after hitting the hay after 3. I was like, just take me now. Just life, universe, kill me now. Because what woke me up was the 2-year-old. Dada, no, go away. Let's go the funk away.
Yep.
I think Simon's got a good thought here. I want to do a 30-minute video on my channel and have trial version every 10 seconds. Trial version.
Okay, let's not make fun of poor HP.
Trial
I
Oh,
feel
I'm
bad.
totally making fun of him.
Ah, come on. Right? Well, you make fun of everyone though. It's like
hopefully he's
your
got a
joy.
sense of humor, right?
Hey, tell me what's your channel, your new channel, your whiskey channel, because I'm not sure if I remember correctly what the name is and if I have it.
I've got a drunk channel as well.
do you? Really? Hold on.
Raspberry Rock Drunk Off Grid.
The Books Fest channel. Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah,
I did not know
he's
that.
got a Books Fest Friday night live stream. Usually,
Yeah, I knew the live stream, but I didn't know it was a different channel.
Well, no, I have a second channel that's for like midweek live streams, pop-up live streams.
Okay.
But I haven't been doing them lately because my internet sucks.
I'm looking filter channel. Wow, this is weird. I've never had trouble finding.
your own channel.
Well, it's because I know what it's called, but I want to just put it up so that you don't have to look.
I
for
wanted
it.
to search it. I wanted to see if it was findable.
Oh, okay. It's called Dribs and Drams.
Okay.
When did you start?
Dribs?
Oh, I'm only like 4 videos in. I have like 8 videos shot, but I'm trying to space them out.
Oh, I
And
find
what-
it right away.
Is it just like Scotch reviews?
I'm subscribed and you have my notification bell.
Whiskey and fine spirits eventually, but not just Scotch.
Those thumbnails are gorgeous.
Yeah, those ones are better. Hold on, Russell. I'll do you a favor by just popping it up here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had my notification bell, but I'm not getting my notifications these days. Not even from my own comments on my video.
Welcome to my freaking life. I don't know what the hell YouTube thinks it's doing, but it's completely. I don't know. It's nothing works. I hope I just put the right link up there for you, Russell.
Oh, yeah, it might be. Oh, I guess I asked. Now I have to click on it.
Sean in Alaska says, Russell! Hey, Sean in Alaska, you're the one I'm sending a CD
Sean.
to, right?
You're sending
sure
him an
it's Sean.
SCD? What?
No, not Russell.
Hey, Sean.
Russell. A CD from my band. I'm sure he's the one I'm sending it to.
I'm going to be right back. I either have to get dressed or heat the stove because I'm freezing.
Get dressed, Mallory. This is a
I'll be right
family channel.
First one and then the other.
All right.
Yeah, do them both.
Oh, she
Got a horse.
went to see somebody about a horse.
Yeah, Sean says, yeah, it is you. Okay. I know you sent me your address in. I have so many messenger apps and stuff, but I'll find it and I'll get it out. By the way, those of you who are waiting with bated breath to find out who won my my 2,500 subscriber giveaway, I did the drawing on New Year's Day and I videoed it, and I just keep falling asleep. So maybe tonight or tomorrow night I'll actually edit the video and put it up.
Oh. Is it me?
It's not you.
Huh.
It's not you, Russell. You would have well deserved the you didn't even enter, dude.
I didn't even know you had a contest.
See? It's because you're not a subscriber. You're part of the 51%.
I don't watch people's videos. I just go to their live streams.
I really try to keep up on people's videos. I really do.
I don't I got 100 channels that I follow. I don't watch any of them. No. Nope.
So I won't be upset if
the odd time I watch a video, like Sean Alaska did a video where a day in his life, I watched that 3 times. Yeah. There you go, Sean.
There you go, Sean. Sean thinks that you have your internet issue fixed, though, Russell. Do you want to correct him on that?
No, it's not fixed. I'll have moments of brilliance. Like I did a live stream 2 nights ago on my other channel, and it was perfect for a while, and then it was like 0, and then perfect for a while, and I don't know what's going on. Right now, it's pretty good.
I have a weird connection issue as well. Right now I'm running Windows. This is a Hackintosh, but right now the Mac side of it's not working. I have Windows on it because I like to play video games, and that's the only thing I've traditionally used Windows for. But right now I'm using it for everything. But it's weird. Whenever the computer goes to sleep, then suddenly my online connection sort of goes wonky. So tonight, while I was waiting to go live, it just dropped the signal and I got kicked offline. And last week, the exact same thing happened. And sometimes I'll have like one of my game launching apps open and it just will not see the outside world. And this always happens after the computer's gone to sleep. And I can't figure it out.
So your computer goes to sleep, you wake it back up, you're doing stuff, you're online,
and then boop, gone.
And then
yep.
And but you can still see like your router, you're still connected to your router.
Yep.
Or your Wi-Fi or whatever you.
Yep. So it's really weird. It's just one of the vagaries of using Windows.
Trial version.
Mallory, that is the brattiest thing ever because you sounded like the voice.
I have a talent. What can I say?
Oh,
is that your voice?
Yeah.
Dude, can you do it again? I don't believe it.
That was crazy. You sounded exactly like poor HBS's.
Oh my gosh. I know I can't do it again.
That was.
Wait, seriously, I thought she spent that time Googling, I need trial version, that voice, and going through a bunch of audio files going, no, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, I got it. I got it.
Such a brat.
Let's try it again. Trial version.
No, because now you're laughing.
Okay, I can see it. Okay, until the end there. I could see it. That was really impressive.
Oh, no. I swear I'm not drunk. I swear.
Well,
I'm just really tired.
Start drinking.
Sean Alaska says to disable the sleep function. What I'm doing now is I'm just shutting the damn thing down.
Well, if you disable the sleep function, I put my computer to sleep all the time on purpose because when it wakes up, it takes like 5 seconds to wake up.
Well, I put mine to sleep because I, would rather not be using the power, for the screen while I'm sleeping. But I don't know. I'll work it out somehow. I used to be really into computers, like geek level into computers, and I was working at a computer store and stuff. And then I was working in tech, like during the bubble, the .com bubble, and I burnt out. Man, I remember the day I burnt out. I said this on a really early live stream. Things are going great. I was a department head and way too young. I was like 26 or something. And I had this pamphlet on my kitchen table for a sailboat I was going to buy and live on. And it was a catamaran, so it was expensive as shift. And I woke up one morning and I looked in the mirror and didn't recognize who that was. So I took the pamphlet and I threw it in the garbage, walked in to work and negotiated a layoff so that I would be able to collect unemployment while I figured out what the hell I was going to do. Got a job at Starbucks, got another job at a pub. Did sort of brain dead work for a little while. And part of, getting over my burnout, because that's what was happening, I was burnt out of tech, is that I became a pedestrian computer user by choice. And I'm still a pedestrian computer user by choice. But what it means is that when something has gone wrong, I don't automatically have the knowledge to fix it. What are you drinking there, Mallow?
Oh, there was nothing at the dépanneur, so it's Heineken.
Heineken?
Yeah. But then
It's like the most overpriced domestic beer there is.
But at least it's not Budweiser.
We have like a little tiny little store that it seriously looks like it stayed in the 70s, and it has a fire station, like one door garage next to it. But you go in there and it's like there's one little alley. It's just so small. Like there's one type of chewing gum, sort of thing. And so yeah, Heineken.
One second. They're saying bye to Hawaii Volcano Squad. Sean Alaska's drinking Tullamore Dew, I guess. A couple of people are talking about Wake on LAN. I'll look into it, but man, my knowledge about Windows is very, very sketchy. I'll figure it out. I'll search for Wake on LAN. And after this, though, I don't want to bore people with my technical problems.
Well, I have a similar issue. Wake on LAN might be it, but my issue is when I put my computer to sleep, sometimes it just wakes up on its own. And since I'm on battery power here, I can't have my computer turning on at 1 a.m. while I'm in bed and running for 7 hours. So I actually shut my computer down at the end of the night.
Yeah. You're on battery power in your house, like you're off grid?
Raspberry Rock off grid.
Do you know who I am?
I
know who I am?
For some reason, the off grid part, I thought it's why I keep asking you if you're full time in that cabin of yours, right?
Yeah, this is my off grid cabin. I have a YouTube channel. You probably
yes,
don't.
I know.
Raspberry Rock off grid cabin.
For some reason,
my battery. Want to see my batteries? It's over there on the wall. That big white thing on the wall.
Why don't I have?
Oh wow, that's small. I thought that to run a house, you'd have like 3 of those.
It's a lithium phosphate, so it's the latest and greatest. My old batteries, the lead acid ones, are on the floor there. It's like 6 feet long and 2 feet wide, kind of thing, and great big bank of them.
Because here's what I'd like to do, after I win the lottery at this point. I want to turn my garage into a full-on workshop, and I want to put solar panels on it and stuff as a proof of concept for the house. In Quebec, we don't pay that much for power. It's not like Ontario where Hydro One is like gouging people, but I like the idea of reducing the monthly footprint on our bank account by running. Look, I'm also a geek about that stuff. I love solar. I love wind. Okay, so doing a workshop seems like a nice low impact way to try it out. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you right now, you going off grid doesn't make any sense. It's too expensive.
Mhm.
The best thing you can do to offset your footprint or your costs is to do. Have you heard of net metering?
Yep.
So net metering is the best. You don't have to worry about batteries or anything like that. You just use the solar when it's producing. If you're producing more than you're using, it goes back to the grid. It offsets your future usage.
Yeah, a lot of where my decisions got made happened at a time when Quebec would not allow you to dump back to the grid, would not allow you to sell back, and I think that has changed now.
It's the
And now another thing is that the way this house is wired, if I plug in 3 things in the garage, it knocks out the circuit breaker for a lot of the back half of the house.
No.
So, I mean, I'm not just deciding I want to, solar up the garage just for the geekdom, benefit, but it's to sort of lessen the load because I do want to run some fairly large tools in there.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's,
I love my power because we can weld, we can have a whole bunch of stuff and just not worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't power shame them. All right, Mallory. Don't power shame them.
Thanks, Mallory.
Yeah, if
No,
you're.
but I mean, that's why, like, even if I wanted to be off grid, we would need a lot of juice, like a lot, like a Tesla solar.
Yeah, the Tesla wall.
Buy another box of wine, Jess. Yeah, your chances are you're only on 15 amp breakers, right? So if you're tripping your breakers at 15 amps, then more power, like solar power or whatever, is not going to fix it. Not unless you started running separate circuits on solar and you just try to operate your tools during sunny periods.
Yeah, right.
It gets a little weird then. Oh, get a room.
They
Hey,
have
Ben.
a house.
You jealous?
Everyone's
Hey,
saying goodnight to
Ben.
Dennis. To Ben.
Bonne nuit. There's the extent of my
Bonne
French.
nuit. That's the extent of your French?
Yep. Oh, I can also say mon poulet sont sur la table. Is that right?
Ton poulet est sur la table, prêt à manger.
Oh, am I saying it wrong? I've been saying it wrong for like 40 years now.
Nice.
Mon poulet sur la table.
Mon
Oh,
poulet
le lait?
est sur le table.
Sur la table. Mon poulet sur la table.
Are you saying chicken or milk?
You know what?
Poulet, not lait.
It doesn't matter.
He didn't say lait. He didn't say
Did you say lait? Lait
no,
sur la
poulet.
Poulet.
Yeah, chicken.
It's sur la table. This is the weirdest conversation ever.
Over here, there's are you crying?
He's crying at the beauty of what just happened. The beauty of making
was just a
half
trial
the people
version,
watch.
Russell.
It's enough with
Hey,
the trial
Mallow.
version.
Mallow, you one Books Fest. You were there and then you left again. And my wife was here, and she's from the Caribbean, of course, and she knows a lot more French than I do, because she studied it all through school and into university. So she started speaking French, and she never speaks French because she's very self-conscious. And everybody's like, "Where's Mallory? Where's Mallory?" She's the only one who can understand her.
Aw,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I missed it.
There you go.
Aw.
That's my
Um,
story.
Over here, when when the French people have a hard time speaking in English, they'll say, yes, no toaster."
Really?
Yes, no
No what?
toaster. Yeah,
No toaster.
yeah, yes, no toaster.
My mother-in-law says that she speak en maton, but she déprouille when she's trying to speak English.
Oh boy,
She speaks in chunks, but she, gets through it.
that's yeah.
I remember visiting a friend in Quebec once. A bunch of our friends went to visit a bunch of friends in Quebec, and we were at this one girl's house, and she was talking to her mother. Some conversation. I didn't know French enough to follow the conversation, but it was like every 20 seconds or so, one of them was saying "ben oui," and then they would go, "Oh, ben oui." We just thought that was so funny. Is that still a thing? Is it-
Yes,
Yeah, it's
Okay, good.
it's like acknowledging. You're acknowledging
Yeah.
something. Like, "Hey, we."
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. I like it. Well, yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
No. Well, yeah. I have no problem in French, but speaking to my father-in-law is very difficult because he's from Haiti. Oh, no, being at a party at his place is nightmarish because the whole party's from Haiti.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm good with
French is
French,
so
but
different.
I'm terrible with Haitian Creole.
Hey, salut, comment ça va ce soir?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's not even an accent thing. It's when they kick from like because they'll speak French to like
Oh,
the missus and me, but as soon as they turn to each other, boom, it's off to the races, and I don't get a thing
they talk
because
Haitian.
they're speaking Haitian Creole.
Yeah.
Forget
Oh wow.
it, man. Forget it.
I had a girlfriend once from Saint Eustache, and I went to visit her family and her sister's in-laws or something like that, and they were all French Italian Canadian, and
Okay.
they're like in the same sentence they would ramble from French to English to Italian and back. It was just this constant circle. I'm like, holy crap, that's pretty neat. And then I found out there's a lot of French Italian gangsters in Quebec.
Yeah. I was gonna say in Montreal, a lot of us speak what I call the local throat disease, which is a mix of English and French. Like, you start the sentence in one and you finish in the other. Malo, you probably do something similar at some aspect of your life because
when I speak like two languages.
yeah, I don't know. Like I've never really heard it happen in Quebec City, for instance, but in Montreal you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas someone, you commence dans un langue, puis they finish in the other.
Oh yeah, franglais with some of my friends, yeah, but not as much because only with the people that I grew up with and I went to school with, I'll do that.
Okay.
Like with other people that I meet, like that I met after school, not so much. It's either French or English. But
Okay.
there is like with my best friend from that I grew up with, we will literally switch from English and French and be like just fluent in both languages at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just talk both at the same time.
I would like to mention something that Tenenbaum just said. He says they have signs in Creole on the Miami Metro.
Really?
And that's because as cliched as this is, my in-laws are proof positive. Outside of Haiti, every Haitian in Montreal knows someone or is related to someone in New York and Miami. Every Haitian in Miami knows or is related to someone in New York and Montreal, and every Haitian in New York City is either knows or is related to someone in Montreal or Miami. That's like the three centers of the Haitian diaspora are Montreal, New York City, and like Florida.
It's not just Haiti. There are others.
I know, but there's all kinds of stuff, but it's it's like the three centers for Haitians outside of Haiti.
Hey, Malo, I got a question for you. If you're like you're working on something, say in the garden, and you're kind of thinking in your head, are you thinking in French or English?
And seriously, I'm so fluent in both now. If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, it would have been French. And my mother tongue is English, but I hadn't spoken English in so long. And so ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've been speaking a lot of English. And like when I started, I was even searching for my words because I was thinking too much in French. It's just the lack of practice, right? But it all came back.
Your mother tongue is English? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was born in California. And
so what age did you start speaking French?
Well, I was practically born with both, but I was born in California, so there was a big emphasis on English. My mom is English, my dad is Quebecois. So I learned both of them. Alain, stop it.
Alain Belso is leaving because his trial version is up? Of what?
Good night, Alain.
Oh, that's a joke.
I'm seriously trying to control myself.
You guys y'all just gotta,
Trial version. Trial version. Trial virgin.
Trial version.
Trial
Okay.
virgin.
Wait a minute, Russell.
Well,
Trial version.
It's so good. I need a recording of that to use as my ringtone.
No way.
Trial version. Oh, that must be Mallory calling.
I see a special feature coming up.
Trial version in Creole. I have no idea what that is.
No idea what that would be.
Let's ask Google Translate. I think that would be interesting.
This is going to get awkward really fast. Translate.
Oh,
Google
yes.
Translate.
From English to
Creole.
whoops. Piss.
We got to hear it. Share the audio.
Hold on. Excuse me. Okay, Haiti in Creole is Haiti, which is A-I. Nope.
H-A-I with 2 dots T-I, right?
In English or French, but in actual Creole, it's I think A-I or A-Y.
Okay.
Oh, no, it says Haitian Creole.
Oh, Alain, all right. Have a good night.
Oh, there's no audio?
No.
Oh, wow. Vision essai. Vision essai.
No, there's got to be. Really? There's got to
shit
be
you not.
the audio. There's always audio on Google Translate.
Not for the Haitian Creole. Hold on a sec. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to figure out how to share the screen. I have no idea how to share the screen.
Google Trad.
Share screen. Okay. Application window. Where the hell am I? Microsoft Edge tab. This is so awkward. Origin, StreamYard, Facebook. Where the hell did I'm trying to help here, but I just don't get it. There he goes.
Mark is trying to get me giggly.
Vision essai.
And so it doesn't say it.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
There's no audio, but it's version essai.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. Vision essai.
You got to get the accent down, though, eh?
Okay, Vision essai.
Actually, that's really good.
Huh?
Like everyone's like, I'm bored. I'm out of here. What the hell are these two doing? But man, that was good.
Okay, I'm done.
C'est bien là. C'est bien.
There's this one guy on TikTok. Okay, I'm just gonna go off page a little bit. This guy on TikTok is so hilarious. He does these videos less than 1 minute, and he will get English, French, Mexican, Spanish, and he'll like type it in and make Google Translate say it. And he'll be like doing these references from English to French. And he'll be like asking the French. And he's the same character doing the English, French, universal language and all that stuff. He is so funny. He's like my favorite TikToker right now. It's hilarious, the things that he does. And he'll come up with a word and it'll translate it to another word that's like completely different. And then like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so good.
I like it. I just want to say, IRC Adventure says, I speak English unless I'm tired, and then I speak Newfies. Hey, IRC, I got a buddy from Newfoundland, of course. He's living in Alberta now, and he plays with, I know him through music, because as most of you know, when COVID isn't kicking us up the arse, my band goes to Alberta for a few shows every summer. We do a Celtic festival in the mountains at Lake Abraham, and then we do a couple of shows to sort of support that. So I know people who play in bands out there, and there's one guy who plays in the Dorina Harvey band. They're all essentially Newfies except the bass player. And so he's doing cocktail videos as well now, and he did one yesterday that was dark and stormy, but using Newfoundland Screech instead of dark rum. And it reminded me that I haven't had a bottle of Screech in years and years. So I think I'm going to have to fix that. And when I can finally find a bottle of Screech in Quebec, I will do a little cheers to you and to him in the honor of IRC and
Screech.
Scott. A little Screech. Have you ever had Screech, Russell?
Oh yeah, I have. Somebody sent me a bottle of Screech, and I had Screech when I was out there, and it's the worst rum I've ever tasted.
Okay, I was going to say that because there are two aspects to Screech. Screech is a lot like tequila in that a lot of the stuff that we've had, it will just sort of punch you out, take your lunch money, and then scratch your throat out on the way down. But apparently there's Screech that's actually quite good. It's a higher quality booze, but I've never had that.
There's different brands of Screech. Hold on, I got to roll an Arcana check here.
Wow.
I rolled a 10. Shit.
So you don't know what it...
I have no idea what Screech is.
It's essentially it's like the national drink of Newfoundland and Labrador. Yeah, it came from. I could bore you by going into the history of like the sort of the trading triangle between the Caribbean, right, which is where the Jamaican rum arrived in Newfoundland and got sort of screeched out, and then whatever. But it's
this is a great tasting rum that you've brought to us. Let's make it horrible tasting, and we'll call it Screech.
Because you screech when you drink it.
Sorry, go ahead, Jess.
I don't know why they call it Screech. Anyway, no, because you saved me from getting really boring, for the 11 people who are left. I don't know why you guys are still listening to this, to be straight with you. But anyway. But I have been told, and Scott said that there is Screech that is quite good. The same way as there's tequila that isn't horrible.
Yeah.
Though my personal experience with tequila completely contradicts that fact.
I feel you.
I keep thinking that I should try and find a bottle of tequila or mezcal that won't kill me to taste, because there's a lot of cocktails that use those, like smoky kind of Mexican oriented cocktails. And I have I know a lot of people who would love to taste that kind of stuff. So I keep thinking if I can find a bottle of tequila that doesn't taste like narcotics, essentially, and isn't going to cost me like $150, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, I just said 150. What the shit, dude? I start talking tequila and suddenly I get all like gangster. What's going on?
Ben brought the tequila back from Mexico, and it was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I had never drank tequila straight up, just like tasting it and like savoring it, and it was just so good.
Some is better than others. What Mark Poopmans is essentially saying is that Screech is barrel wash. If I understand what he's saying correctly. But yeah, Mallory, some tequila is better than other. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like saying, well, some liquor is better than other liquor.
Yeah.
Well, there's even bad whiskey, right?
Well, yeah, definitely.
It's Canadian. But, so I understand like that there's good whiskey, bad whiskey, good tequila, bad tequila. I've just never had good tequila. And I because my tequila experience has been negative, by like, this tastes like shift. And also the drunk is kind of a narcotic drunk, which I don't like. I don't want to spend the money to try and find a bottle that I'll enjoy. Because, there's tequila, it costs this much, and then suddenly, boom, and it's really expensive. And I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to make an expensive mistake when the price for a tequila that may be really good is the same price as a bottle that I would enjoy, like a Scotch or a.
But there's a lot of things also that you have to serve it at the right temperature. There's a whole bunch of things that you have to factor in there too for like tasting. It's like beers. There's a whole bunch of beers that you have to drink at a certain temperature so that you have the perfect like taste experience.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. I want all my beer cold.
Yeah.
Like Guinness is like that. They say drink Guinness at, it's not room temperature, but it's not.
It's a little cooler than that, but it's not.
Like 7 degrees or something.
No, I want my cold. I just discovered recently, I really like port. And I left a bottle of port outside, and it's around 0, maybe -1, -2, and I brought it in, had some, and like, wow, do I ever like port when it's like ice cold? It's it's so wonderful.
Really, I have literally never had port cold, and I've had a lot of port.
I keep my rum in the freezer.
I love my port.
You keep your rum in the freezer. I keep vodka in the. I don't even keep my vodka in the freezer anymore. To be straight with you.
I used to keep my
Keep my rum
rum.
in the freezer. It's because I never have ice, but recently I've been starting to make ice again, and I
Nice.
have been drinking more. So
I've been.
Forget how to make ice, Mallory.
All right, nice
Make
one,
ice.
Mallory.
Do you need a recipe, Mallory? I can send you a
I
recipe,
gotta
a pretty
actually
good
stock
recipe.
on the cans because I actually have a tonsillitis. What's a tonsillitis?
Tendinitis.
Yeah. So I have a really bad computer desk and not very ergonomic. And then yesterday, to top it off, my daughter was going to go slide on this. It really didn't look safe. So I was like, I'm going to try it first. I went down and I jumped and I landed on my hand.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm numb from here to there.
Yeah, I have a tendinitis problem as well. Actually, my doctor has notified me that it's actually a degenerative arthritis because, hey, good news. But I used to have what's the real term for a Bible bump?
No idea.
Like a cyst in your carpal tunnel?
Is it squishy? Is it a squishy thing?
Not so much, but they call it a Bible bump because when you used to get them like 100 years ago, they would just grab the biggest book in the house, which was the Bible, and pound on it, and it would burst, right? And so I had this cyst, a ganglion, and it was killing. It was on this wrist, and it was killing me because I'm right-handed. And I was like, oh, painful. Oh, yuck! It's ugly. It's. And then I kind of did the same thing as you, Mallory. Instead of going down a hill, though, I just sort of came through a doorway too fast and just slammed my hand into the doorway purely by accident, and boom, gone, and it's never come back.
Wow.
Mallory, isn't tendinitis repetitive stress injury?
Yes, it is. It is. And I already have carpal tunnel. That's not diagnosed, but it's been there forever. When I was a teenager, I worked in a clothes store, and I would go around with all the clothes on and the hangers. All the hangers were, I loaded my hands up too much. And so this movement is the worst. Like, it hurts so bad. Like, I'll go grab a plate and it'll just be like, ugh. Like it seriously hurts. So I just bought a brace on Amazon, like right before. That's what I was doing when I was before hopping on your stream. I was like, I'm finished what I got to do.
Yeah.
I was shopping for that.
Yeah, I've had them before as well. I've dealt with this wrist thing in a bit because if the wrists go, how the hell? For instance, when I'm playing Boron with my band, right? You guys who know, you guys have had this conversation with, you know what I'm talking about. Those who I don't, it's an Irish drum, and the way you play it is with a two-headed, whatever. It's called a tipper. It's just a drumstick with balls on either end. And it's like this kind of a motion. And I can play 2 songs in a row before I cannot play again. You guys are laughing at me, right?
We're talking about repetitive stress injuries. We're talking about...
To hell with you, Russell.
To hell with Russell.
Sorry, Jesse. I'm so sorry.
Now he's going to walk away and leave us in charge of his live
He's
stream.
going to go get his drumstick with balls.
So Mel, is there like, are you on somebody's live stream like every night, Mel?
No.
Why not?
No, because I just can't. I can't do that.
You're a wonderful addition to anybody's live stream. That's why I asked.
Oh, thank you. But no, I can't do that. Well, thank you.
Okay, I need to hear it. You know what I want to hear? Do it right now. Say it softly.
I'm sorry, I can't because trial version. I didn't do it right.
Very nice. No, that was good. That was good.
I can do better. I can do better. Okay, let me compose myself.
I won't look. I won't look. Do it again.
Trial version.
Oh my God, that was good.
That was good, right?
I didn't hear the French accent at all. That was wonderful.
I'm really good at like imitating voices.
Are you? Have you ever thought of being a?
No, I can do a whole bunch.
Being a voice actor?
No. No way. Did you? I know you don't watch my videos, but like, I'm busy.
Well, if you're good at something, you should pursue
No, Russell. It's the thing is because everything that I pursue, I'm good at. Like seriously, like a lot of things that I do pursue, I'm really good at. So like if I would pursue my career in singing, if I would do a whole bunch of stuff, I would succeed in a lot of things. Maybe
And
not
yet
acting because
you've chosen to pursue this career in YouTube, which you're not good at all. So why don't you pick something like you're good at? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know, Russell.
Hold on.
Okay, so
Looks like Jess is
Oh
gonna
my gosh, he's got
shake his thing here.
I have to explain what I'm talking about because you guys obviously thought I was talking about something dirty, and I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
The way you play your boron is you got a 2-headed tipper, okay? And you mute this side. It's supposed to sound really dull. And the thing is, as you're playing, you're doing triplets and stuff. But here's the thing. If your wrists are going on you,
Oh yeah.
you can do like 2 songs. Because that movement, you're kind of holding it almost like a pencil.
Yeah, I cannot do that with my wrist. Oh my gosh, no way.
Absolutely not.
I
And
can do it with this one, but not this one.
For me, writing is very painful. Like 2 seconds worth of writing hurts like hell.
Your right hand too?
Yeah.
Mine is my left hand.
Really?
I'm really lucky because I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
But my left hand is the one that's out.
Yeah, Jess, if you try it with your other hand, I hear it feels like somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, I knew you were going there. I just,
I had to. I know it wasn't very obvious, but I had to.
Oh, wow. And it's 11 o'clock, so we're ending on that note. Okay. All right. Thanks, Russell.
Really? That's a weird time to end it.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. We're 11 o'clock, so I guess we're done for this week. I will be back next week, I hope, God willing. And so to everyone who hung out till the very end of this very bizarre and yet fun live stream, thank you very much. For those of you who are on screen, thanks for actually making this a really fun live stream. I came on tonight with no idea of what I was going to talk about. Just because I didn't have time to come up with a subject. So thanks to you guys for saving it. Let's face it. To everyone else, between this week and next week, stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe, and be kind to each other. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.